See Ukraine as the front lines of the fight to defend the free world, the fight to defend freedom and democracy. And we understand that the outcome of the war in Ukraine is going to have consequences for generations. So our effort is to help Ukraine win so that those consequences empower freedom in the world versus embolden authoritarianism.
We know from history that war is a test of will and it's a test of logistics. Clearly, the Ukrainian people and Ukrainian soldiers have superior will over the Russian soldiers and the Russian people. Nobody doubts that. We see it every day. The challenge is in logistics and on having the things necessary to help Ukraine win. There's no doubt that Ukraine is going to win this war, and they're eventually going to recover all of their territory to include Crimea. The speed with which that happens, though, I think really depends on the United States and the logistical support, not just weapons and certain capabilities, but also all the other stuff, frankly, that Spirit of America helps to provide. All the kind of things that don't get headlines, but they help keep soldiers alive. If the United States were to say, we want Ukraine to win, that's our strategic objective, this thing would be over this year. Russian forces, I think, are very fragile. Their logistics system was never designed to do what it's having to do now. Obviously, they have suffered enormous losses. After 9 years, they still have not achieved air superiority, the Russians. So all of their weaknesses have been exposed by the incredible women and men of Ukraine's armed forces. And so this counteroffensive, when it happens, where it happens, how it happens, we don't know. But I think it will be intended to begin the isolation of the Crimean Peninsula. And so that then Russian or Ukrainian troops could bring up more long-range precision weapons, such as the HIMARS that the United States has already provided, and others that could begin to range the targets or the Russian bases that are on Crimea. So Ukraine is absolutely going to win. The speed with which it wins depends in large part on the United States, Germany, UK, France, and other countries, on us providing what's needed. Now, the Russians are not stupid. And I think as long as they have people, equipment, and ammunition, they will continue to feed their soldiers into this meat grinder. So this is still going to be a tough fight for many, many months. How long this goes on, though, frankly, depends on us. Russian drones are able to intercept anybody that's talking on a radio of some sort that is not secure. And when they intercept it, they can not only listen, worse, they can pinpoint where it's at, and then they hit it. So protected communications, night vision goggles, the sort of technology and things that Matt and Colleen have been out there learning about, these are no kidding. None of this stuff is a frill or nice to have.
So the troops in the field, they feel it, and the Ukrainian government, they're striving mightily to try to provide these troops with that stuff. But Ukraine doesn't make it. The United States doesn't have it on the shelves to pull down from presidential drawdown authority and send it their way. So it's a constant struggle to try to find this stuff and get it into the hands of the specialized warfighters. And that's where we can really have a huge impact, because with the resources, we can find the stuff, we can get it quickly. And with our with our connections, we can get it quickly into the hands of the folks who need it. And the U.S. government is just not nimble, adroit enough, or really structured to provide that kind of equipment at that level of fidelity.
I absolutely believe that Ukraine is going to recover all of its lost territory, but Crimea is the decisive part. That's what's going to end this war. The occupied oblasts in eastern Ukraine, those will come later. Getting Crimea is the key. Yes, the Ukrainians will be able to do it. The speed will depend on us.